welcome to another English commentary done by Rise from SC2GG.com. Today I'm going to be commentating a match between Jaedong and C. And here we see Jaedong in the 6 o'clock position, and he's a great Zerg player. More about him in a second. And he's playing off against C, a great Terran player, in the 9 o'clock position. Quick note, Jaedong looks to be scouting in C's direction, so going to be tipped off pretty quickly where he is and have some pretty important information that he can gather from that. So quickly, before I get into the commentary, I just want to point out that Jaedong is an absolute terror. I think he's one of the greatest StarCraft players today, and I think he's going to go all the way, actually. I think he's the guy who's going to do it. He's going to win it all. And I'd love to see that because I really think he's a solid player. Even when Bisu was on top, I was pretty sure that Jaedong was going to topple him and beat his Protoss. Of course, that was mined, but Jaedong definitely able to do it, and I think he's going to show it by winning everything here. C, on the other hand, he is a great player. He is a very consistent player, and he has one of the most winning records in the game. His problem is he chokes under pressure, or at least under pressure, seemingly pressured games, such as this one. So it'll be interesting to see how far he can go. He's never really gone that deep into an OSL or MSL. I really hope he does, though. Unfortunately, he's playing against my other favorite, Jaedong, and I just don't think that's going to happen. Although, on this map, it's very difficult for Zerg to beat either Terran or Protoss because of the natural expansion that comes with it. Katrina, this is the map they're playing on, is known for both Terran and Protoss going quick expansions almost every single game. And that's because they can wall off their front and really stop any Ling harass or rush simply with very basic defense. So we're probably going to see C use that tactic because it works so well against Zerg. I've seen it beaten once or twice. Of course, it was with a very wacky strategy where someone did a proxy hatch. I think it was Oversky did a proxy hatch on Katrina and took out the wall, winning the game. I don't think C would fall for that, but I don't think Jaedong would duplicate someone else's strategy anyway, like that. Jaedong, though, very smartly getting his drone in there before the wall is up, so he's going to get a good scout on anything that's going down, and he is going to see the quick expansion going down. So he's going to already know what he's got to do to win this. And even if he didn't get in, he could have probably assumed that he was going to go for the quick expansion. And C now going to continue the wall and stop any more scouts from coming in. I'm sure he'll produce a Marine, which he is, to stop that current drone from getting any more scouting information. But in the meantime, Jaedong does have some information that will help him out. C, in the meantime, is going to be able to go scout out Jaedong to his heart's content because Zerg generally don't wall off. It's not something that's easy to do. It would require a lot of expenditure in buildings that you don't want to have to waste a Zerg because they don't go as deep into economy to begin with. That's because larvae are basically used to make all their men, and in order to dedicate to drones, he'd have to stop from making something else, whether it be Lings or Mutas, and there you see him losing his drone. Whereas C, probably going to be able to keep that SCV scouting for a long time, and he'll have a really good idea of what Jaedong is doing. Just another advantage that Protoss and Terran have over Zerg on this map. Doesn't seem like much, but when information is key, it's pretty big. So C just going to hang out for a bit, ferrying some troops to his expansion, it seems, and going for the classic Medic Marine build, getting another barracks. Although C, for some reason, attacking that artifact. I don't know why he would do that, because you pretty much want to keep your wall. In fact, if he didn't want to keep his wall, he shouldn't have built his wall like that. But for some reason, attacking that, I don't know if he's going to continue to. Maybe he's going to make his own supply depot there so he can easily repair it. I don't know if you can actually repair that artifact as Terran otherwise. So that could be an option. However, I don't think I've seen anyone do that yet to date, and he is going to take that out. So we'll see what happens with that. Jaedong now going to stop this scout and keep C out of his base, probably for the rest of the game, I would imagine. And other than Comset, and Jaedong getting down his lair tech and getting another gas up, so probably going to go mutas and do some harassment, which is generally what you have to do on this map because you need easy access and the mobility to get to the different expansions to attack the resources. It's very difficult to do that with lurkers if it's walled off, other than going drop, but that's very resource intensive, and generally the Terran player will spot that out with Comset way before you even get to that point. So now it looks like she's going to go for another scout. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to get that in. Jaedong fighting that off pretty well. Jaedong sneaking a drone out. I don't think C spotted that, actually. I think Jaedong snuck that drone by. He may be going for his natural mineral expansion, but for some reason, I don't think he would just go for minerals. And Jaedong going to stop C scout, it looks like. Nope. Oh, yep. Yeah, he's going to stop that scout before he sees the lair tech, which is in his natural expansion. Jaedong, in the meantime, looks like he's sending that drone all the way to the top right. They're showing that C's getting his upgrades, and generally a good upgrade is actually the armor first. And he did break his wall up, and the barracks is out of the way. That is really surprising play, and I'm not sure that's a good idea for C. I don't see why you would want to do that. There's no logic to it to me. And Jaedong, in fact, getting that expansion across the map, which later in the game, if he gets a hive and a Nidus Canal, he'll be easily able to protect that, probably before C even finds it out. And Jaedong now is going to take advantage of the fact that there's no wall there, attacking his Marines freely and taking out all of them, or almost all of them, now that those SCVs are out, all but one. So that was a very successful attack from Jaedong, and I'm surprised C is actually still leaving his base open like that and not rebuilding a wall. At least it doesn't look like he's doing anything for it. And Jaedong now at this point about to send out some mutas, so very effective. He took out half the units that are going to be able to attack his muta harass with his lings, which shouldn't happen, especially on a map like this. And it looks like C had ferried some miners back and forth to avoid any damage done by the lings if he did in fact get through, which would have been a good delay tactic. And now it looks like he's sending out another drone. I don't know if he's going to go try to expand again. If he does, he'll have to be careful that he's not overextending himself. It may be a little early to get another expansion, so he's probably just sending that up to his other one. And now getting a Hydralisk Den. That is quick tech change. He's only just going to pump out a few mutas, and he's already working on Lurker tech, which is a good idea in my opinion because the door's open. So he doesn't even need to rely on the mutas at this point. Is he going to have to retreat back to start defending against this harass that he obviously knows coming in, probably from Comsat or something? He's got a couple turrets up, which is going to help deter the muta harass, but still, that's not going to stop any Zerg player, I don't think. C very cleverly putting his tech in the upper corner where Jaedong is not likely to go because the harassment's going to go into the main base and the base next to it, so he's probably not going to go up there. Of course, as I say that, he starts going up there and he's going to go spot that tech out and probably take out the SCV building it, which he does, and then taking out some Marines that are left out in the open with no medics as well. And bringing in a couple links, so now he's going in for another attack. He's got to take those fire bats out, though, if he wants to do any real damage. And the fire bats are out. He's going to just try to take out a couple medics, it looks like, and another SCV, so that tech is very far behind. C most definitely going science vessels, but he's not going to be able to get them out for a while because he keeps losing SCVs building that starport. And then that's a whole nother building that he's got to build on top of that. Now, taking out another turret, in the meantime, Jaedong is doing a great harassment, and I saw a couple Hydras out there, so he's guaranteed to have Lurkers coming very shortly, and he's just going to continue with the harass until then, keeping his Marine count down pretty successfully, apparently, and just basically taking them out as they come out of the barracks, and now finally going to turn back. No, he's going to keep going after those medics because he took out all the Marines. It looked like he was pushing back from that turret a bit, and now he's going to back off a little bit, but I'm sure he's just going to go back up to the top of the base to do some more harassment. Now some links come in as he realizes that the front door is probably exposed enough, getting a Queen's Nest down too, so he can go Hive Tech, I'm sure. And it looks like he knows that he's exposed enough where he can bring those links in and do some damage, and C's in a lot of trouble. That front door is still open, and it doesn't look like he's going to have much to protect against this attack, and he's putting down a bunker, but getting the SCV that's attacking that, now he's just got to attack the Marines, and C's going to be in a lot of trouble. Just medics and SCVs at this point, which, sorry, that's not going to do much good against mutas. So C in a lot of trouble right now, and Jaedong bringing his Lurkers out, so I'm going to say C's lost this. He's going to have to GG very shortly. He's got nothing to attack anymore. He's got a couple Stim Marines coming out, which are taking out a Ling at a time, but as Jaedong pumps them out and takes out all these SCVs, forget it, this is over. And these Lurkers coming in, that's going to spell doom for C regardless. And C GGing, he realizes that he can't win. And look at the look on his face. He did not expect to lose to Jaedong, or any Zerg for that matter, on that map. And I'm a little sad he did, but at the same time, very happy to see Jaedong progress into the next round. He's a great player, and I think he's going to go all the way. I really do. So, great match overall. Too bad for C. And I hope you guys enjoyed that commentary. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
거기서 그 마린이 야 저번에 바로 떠올려가지고 그 정도 거의 1대1 분위기로 다 바꿔줬어요.
예, 그 정도 연보성 선수가 미스를 뭐 했다면 했다고 할까 이건 사실 실수라고 보기도 뭐했어요. 근데